It's the mod collection, Father's Day style. Starting with a pretty handsome Night Skies 50 Standard. This would have started life as one of those 50s P90 gold tops, but they decided to put a different style pickup in there, which according to the description are mini humbuckers just without the pull pieces, so not Firebird. But then the big draw on this one has to be that gorgeous blue sparkle finish. It looks like it might also be a slight bursted pattern, whereas the edges are a little bit darker than the center. And then check out that pickguard. I love this. It's a clear pickguard, but they painted the edges black. That way it doesn't fall victim to how most clear pickguards look. Just kind of boring, like what's even the point? That adds a lot of character and class to this without covering over all the cool paint. And blue and chrome work together incredibly well. And then we've got the dark colored mahogany back. But to match our pickguard and black speed knobs, you get the black tuner tips. Everything else seems pretty standard up here. And overall, no major surprises on the back. It was certainly pricey for a 50 standard, but yeah, they did a nice job on that. But surprisingly, it was its cousin that sold first, the Cherry Sunblast 61 SG Standard. It feels like we've been transported back into the early 2000s when finishes like these were popular. But look closely, they painted over our neck tenon to match the outside. It's either that or it's clear, because I'm pretty sure that's a clear pickguard, because you can see the coloration's just a little bit different, but yet you can still see the red bursted edge, so yeah, I'm pretty confident on that. But I'm not so sure about the knobs. Do you guys think those are painted on the inside, or are they just reflecting? Oh, well, I think that answers it. Nice play, mod collection guys. I don't think I've ever seen them burst tuner tips before. That's just silly. And yep, that's why this one sold. It got the continuation of the burst, not only on our body and back plate, but also our neck, and then eventually ending up on our headstock. But my goodness, not only are those bursted, it's the same paint they used on the guitar, so it's got sparkles. Looks like they started yellow and then added the red, but you can still see a little bit of yellow left over here. And then the sparkle paint must be so thick that you can't see the original serial number anymore, so they ink stamped it on there. If custom shops more so your flavor, they had Hot Rod Jones. Looks like a rose gold metallic edge mixed with a piercing red on top. It's not my favorite color combination, but it really reminds me of the Billy Gibbons signature SG, the one that has the flying V headstock on it. It reminds me of a slab of meat or steak. You got the fatty bits and the muscly bits. But I do like the slightly shrunken down tenon cover. And they gave it a Moto truss rod cover, just for a little bit of extra fanciness. Although it's not beveled at all, which is a missed opportunity. But oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that. Now it's reminding me of like Mayan Aztec temple type things, mainly because of this stair-stepped area, but it's basically just a double lining of pinstriping along the edges. But they let that be exclusive just to the body. But now an absinthe green Les Paul Studio Session. 26 seemed kind of expensive, but if you like a lime green color, this is definitely for you. But pay close attention to those pickup rings. I don't believe that's a reflection. That looks like they actually painted just the edges of them. So you'll get to see more green while you're playing. And our headstock's got the whole black and gold theme going. And nice. I really like how that continues onto the back. I like the back side better than the front. It has a much cleaner look. If I had to pinpoint it, I think it's the gold knobs and the switch tip that are throwing it off. It needs black and a pickguard thrown on there. It's too plain. But no, your eyes were not deceiving you. They did refret it with gold fret wire. And if you need that in your life, I can see why somebody opted to pay a premium. But they also had a darker green one, this time done up in a satin finish, which dulls it down a bit. And I think this one looks fantastic from the front. Must have something to do with the poker chip. That headstock matches the plastics beautifully. And then, oh, okay, a faded neck goes from the green to the black. You certainly don't see that every day out of the mod collection. Then we had a little bit more mermaid action here. On a 59 reissue 355, they omitted the pickguard, threw a Bigsby on there. Pay special attention to get the Vibramate spoiler system just to make it a little bit easier to restring, but that's just a really nice dark aqua blue finish. And outside of changing our plastic on our truss rod, seems pretty familiar there, before we get to the back to see our typical exposed mahogany neck and the color continuing on the back. But hey, a custom color 54 reissue custom. It's labeled as gray arsenic. They also could have labeled it whale blue to sell it, but look at your P90. It's got nickel and or chrome to match the rest of our hardware, but then They must only have golden Alnico 5 staple pickups in stock because they threw that on there. But rather than saying, that's a mistake, they complement it with your knobs and maybe pay a little bit of tribute with your tuners. But I think a nice additional touch would have been gold screws on your truss rod cover. Or maybe just the center one. Easy enough to do if you want to do that. But the back just matches the rest. And then we also had the return of Blurple on a standard 60s this time with what appears to be a red back. That is certainly a royally striking guitar, especially with the golden hardware. The cream plastics just pop on these colors. We did not get any matching headstocks this week, and it is as expected on the back. But now the EU mod collection had a spring clean for the May Queen. There's no time to change the road you're on. You've already tuned in to this slightly purplish blue border with a light aqua blue interior. That looks nice. You've got the red on the back just to make it even more striking. It reminds me of the Aurora Borealis finish, especially with the darkness of the plastics. Oh, and if you look really closely right here, you can see some of the original yellow. That one is pretty sleek. And the back is just as we expected. They also had an Auburn Rose Satin USA Casino. It's like a reddish orange. It's got a cool trem system, but this one doesn't really speak to me. It needs a tooled leather pick guard with a cow skull on it. And I suppose you could say this colorway reminds you of the Sunset, but perhaps I'll like the Shimmer Glimmer better. It's all right. When you get into it, it's like a dark silverish bluish gray. And then, wow, double black in the neck with a zebra bobbin in the bridge, but you get the cream plastics continuing down here into our control knobs and switch tip, etc. And oh my goodness, do we finally have one? Sure enough, there's our matching headstock this week. And it's natural neck with painted body. But now the demo shop has a model I didn't know existed. They called it the Gibson Les Paul Standard Light Honeyburst. And at first I just thought, is that the color Light Honeyburst? No, that's a comma. So I scrolled through the photos. Usually when light is associated with a Les Paul, it means a thin body with a comfort cut. And we've seen classic lights, custom lights, and a few other models utilize something like that. And sure enough, if you look closely, that looks thinner than usual, and I just think I can barely make out a comfort cut back here. So I was totally ready to mark tonight's episode as, is Gibson teasing us with a new model in the demo shop? But no, apparently this is a dealer exclusive. They're $3,000 brand new. Their build is a AAA top, and they come stock with cream plastics, which I do think looks better. And not that these stock photos are any better for seeing the things that you need to see, but if you know to look for it right there, it does look like it has the comfort cut. And here you can see just how thin one of those is. I'm not confident when those came out. Maybe it's new, maybe I've just missed it. I'm interested in reviewing one, and I was tempted to buy this, but I just think the black plastics and hardware, it just doesn't look good. Not in my opinion, anyway. They also modified a 60s Les Paul Standard. It's got this interesting bourbon burst to it. Also black plastics. The studio session I thought had a pretty nice top. I like the ringiness to it. It's got a little bit of fuzziness on the back. This must be one of the Wildwood exclusive custom shop top ones. For them to put that in the title, I'm honestly surprised that stuck with it. But it's not every day I just naturally add a demo shop guitar into my watch list because I recap these things every Sunday, so I'm going to see it again anyways. But I wanted to make sure I was watching this when I first saw it get listed because, wow, I don't know about you, but if I was shopping for a guitar for myself to keep, love, and enjoy, that would be it. It's not going to win any super ultra flame top awards, but it's really wide. It's got the cool, unique wood grain. It's everything that I personally look for. And the demo shop knows it because they have been pricing those things a lot cheaper than that lately. It seems those screaming deals might be coming to a slow, as the market has been recovering a little bit. Here's another studio session. I like the honeyburst finish. What can I say? But here's a dark cherry sunburst, another custom shop top, super pinstripey and flat if that's what you're after. But the most unique had been this wine red studio, mainly because they put a tortoiseshell pickguard on it, which works with the finish. The whole guitar looks like it's tortoiseshell. Then they also gave you these dark knobs. And part of this is the white balance on the camera, but I like how dark this looks. Although I'm publicly knocking off 50 style points because why is this back plate still black and you made this one special? Perhaps it was an artistic choice. Black pickup rings with the tortoiseshell. I don't know. But it's not every day I just naturally add a demo shop guitar into my watch list because I recap these things every Sunday, so I'm going to see it again anyways. But I wanted to make sure I was watching this when I first saw it get listed because, Wow. I don't know about you, but if I was shopping for a guitar for myself to keep, love, and enjoy, that would be it. It's not going to win any super ultra flame top awards, but it's really wide. It's got the cool, unique wood grain. It's everything that. Go enjoy your day. Bye.